Hi, I'm Brenna.
And I'm Kevin, and welcome to another edition of Remakes, Reboots, and DejaVu.
Today we'll be focusing on the DejaVu aspect by debating Mean Girls versus Heathers.
We have 30 seconds to defend our case and 30 seconds to rebut. I will be defending Heathers.
I prayed for the death of Heather Chandler many times, and I felt bad every time I did it, but I kept doing it anyway. Now I know you understood everything. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah.
And I'll be defending Mean Girls.
Jason, why are you such a skis?
I'm just being friendly.
You were supposed to call me last night.
Jason, you did not come to a party at my house with Gretchen and then scam on some poor innocent girl right in front of us 3 days later. She's not interested.
Kevin, how about you start us off?
Okay, here we go. So while both movies deal with the topic of bullying, I feel like Heathers deals with a lot more than that. It deals with homophobia, it deals with the manipulation of the media, it deals with apathetic teenagers and parents, it deals with suicide. So I think it brings up a lot more ideas and deals with them in a kind of a nice black comedy, kind of underground way. Whereas Mean Girls is very light and superficial and kind of fluffy and doesn't really dig deep. I also think that without Heathers, there would be no Mean Girls. So you can't even have your movie without mine.
You may have Winona Ryder and Christian Slater, but I've got Dream Team Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, Lindsay Lohan before she was crazy, Rachel McAdams, Amanda Seyfried, Tim Meadows. The next best thing you have is Shannon Doherty. And on top of that, Lindsay Lohan's Katie is a much better character than Veronica. She's smart, she's funny, and she's endearing. Veronica is stupid. She's stupid. She falls for Luga bullets from the guy who just helped her kill her best friend / worst enemy. And then on top of that, we have the Mean Girls get their comeuppance.
You're done. Okay, so first of all, I had Winona Ryder before she was crazy. There's a lot of actually very interesting but a little bit morbid trivia involved with Heathers. For example, one of the characters who prays that he doesn't commit suicide, like the two homosexual jocks commit suicide in 2000. One of the girls that says, did you have a brain tumor for breakfast? Died of a brain tumor. I mean, these are fascinating little tidbits. So also, my dialogue is better than Mean Girls' dialogue. I like Tina Fey. I'm not saying she's bad, but come on, we have like...
Stop. First off, the trivia is not in the movie, it's irrelevant. On top of that, your movie doesn't have any comeuppance. There's nothing that, they don't learn any lessons because they're all dead. You may have better dialogue, but my movie, has funnier, more relevant stuff that people might actually be saying. It's more realistic dialogue and slightly less trying to get effects or rises out of people. And on top of that, they're both crazy, but Lindsay Lohan has a better cast behind her along with crazy Winona Ryder.
All right, so who do you think won this discussion? You can tweet us or leave a comment on our YouTube or Facebook page.
Kevin, stop trying to make Heathers happen.
What's your damage, Brenna? Did you know that Brad Pitt was going to audition for JD, but they said he was too nice?
Aw, I can see that. Also not relevant to the actual movie.
But it's just a better movie. You know, you say that it's relevant because of the time, but it was relevant in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. I mean, actually,
the 80s is cooler.
I love both movies. I love them both, but they're different generations.
Yeah.
And they have different problems in their schools.
Yeah.
And, you know, one is rated R and has lots of blood and curse words and violence.
And they do get their comeuppance. They die because, you know what,
it's
Mean
not,
Girls
they don't
deserve
learn a
it.
lesson. They're dead. There's no lesson to be learned once you're dead.
Winona Ryder learns her lesson, and she becomes a better person, and she goes off with the
She was always a better
crippled
person.
girl.
In the beginning, she didn't want to bully anybody. She always hated what the Heathers did. At the end, she just finally
But she fell into it and still did it, and that's the thing.
At the end,
That's
she got the guts to do it, but her
Right,
character
see?
didn't change. She wasn't.
She did change.
She just was more open about things.
Whatever.
I'm gonna have to send my SAT scores to San Quentin instead of Stanford.
Nice wig, Janice. What's it made of?
Your mom's chest hair.
Wait, hold on.
Bless you. I made it go away.